one of those. Okay.
Welcome, everyone. This is a live with Rod from Aegis.
Oops, I think you froze.
Okay, well, so I think I'm going to end up having to switch to my phone here in a minute. So I'm going to just, you want to tell a little bit about your company and how it kind of came about? I know you've been asked this a million times.
Yes, kind of, I guess, a standard question. Yeah, Aegis Gun Care came about because I decided to move on for another company I had been a part owner in. We'd done that. We cleaned guns through retail companies, through gun stores. People bring their guns into us. We'd clean them ultrasonically, and had some very fabulous products that we had for that company. I left that company, started Aegis Gun Care with my wife, just the two of us, and so we just brought along those products with us, and that's kind of how Aegis started. No longer do retail gun cleaning anymore. I don't clean people's guns for them anymore. We're strictly selling products and gun cleaning kits. I'm going to go that route with it. So that's kind of what got us where we are now. I think Aegis has been in business now for just about 4 months now.
Yeah, speaking of, I can tell you, I ordered this just a few days ago during a Ghost Tactical live show, and I got it within a week. I mean, from order to in my hands during Christmas time, you know, that says a lot about the company.
Well, policy, and the cool thing about it right now, it's just my wife and I, so it doesn't. We can pretty much keep up, the two of us, but between us, we have a policy, and I'm going to keep this going as long as we can. Is we try to get orders out same day if possible. If it comes in early enough, we can get it out that day. It's getting out. If not, it's within 12 to 24 hours, depending on a weekend, a holiday, whatever. But that's what we're trying to do, because I was talking to somebody else, man, I think it was Rogue Banshee when I was on his, talking about that. I'm a consumer too. And I know when I order something, I want to push send to order it, and I want it knocking at my door. Somebody deliver it that fast, because I'm eager. I want stuff. So I understand how we all. So we try to get stuff out that day.
You know, that's always great on the consumer side, but you know, on the business side, people also have to understand we have a major supply issue going on.
Oh, Jesus, tell me about it. Yeah, we do.
It's
we have
gonna work.
Horrible. Yeah, you keep freezing up just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up having to switch.
That's funny. Already catching hell in the chat. And you guys are right, Calaveras. My wife is exactly right. Our warehouse guy is horrible, and he's on the brink of being fired almost every day. So, yeah. Don't know. Good help's hard to find. But maybe we'll get G23 back in a minute. If not, I guess we'll just take over, and it's the Aegis hour now. So we've just taken over this podcast. It's ours now. So anybody got any questions they want to know about? And we'll just run with this like it's ours. What's up, Ghost? Yeah, that's a really good question. Yeah, you're right, Gizzard.
Okay.
It's the Aegis Gun Care live stream. We don't know who G23 is. We just took over. So
Right. So we got technical issues going. Trying to use the laptop because I wanted to be able to possibly do a giveaway, but you can't really do from your cell phone.
you
You guys
we're
hear me?
both having, like I said, I tried to use my Bluetooth headset at the start and it just didn't want to work. So one of those days.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got a house full of people, so can't really be doing it from inside. So I'm out. Now,
Oh, that's
I do know there's some people that do the like reloading and stuff.
yeah.
Would they possibly be able to use this product on like their presses to clean their presses and maybe um like some of their equipment and stuff?
I don't see why not. It's metal and it's the same stuff. It's a carbon, it's a dirt, it's a grime. Like I told you, I've never thought about that before, but we found out my wife and I use our products for everything in our home. We no longer have any of that WD stuff, that 3-in-1 oil, none of that. It's all gone. All of our um, household lubrication, cleaning, and everything is from our products. So I even a buddy of mine in Texas that owns a range. He gets all the brass off the range and he runs with the big tumblers to clean it. He's using our solvent in bulk to clean brass before he resells it. So he said it does a fairly good job.
Yeah, that's because I know we have a bunch of reloaders that come in and especially on this channel, and so I was like, I know Aegis does good cleanings products and stuff, so I was like, I needed to definitely find out that question from you.
Yeah, like I said, we've been finding out because of customers. It's a great thing. We've been finding all this neat stuff to use our gun. One of our customers, his wife used our lube in the Florida triathlon a month or so ago on her bike, and said it worked better than any bike lube they had. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to take a chance to win a kit just like the one I've got here, which is the I think Field Deluxe Kit, go ahead, put hashtag Aegis in the crowd, and I will, when this is over, I will order a kit and send to the winner.
Yeah, I was just reading some of the comments there and stuff, and that one comment,
Hopefully.
G2, I'm not sure if that's. I guess it is a shot at you, not us. I thought maybe it was teasing both of us. What is the respect?
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, what is a respectable company like Aegis doing on a show like this?
Yeah, that probably came from Calaveras.
Yeah, it did.
Well, for some reason, I guess it's not going to show on there. So whoever wins is just going to have to take my word for that they are the ones that won. So we got 4 entries in so far that are showing up.
Well, I see a lot more than that.
Yeah. Oh, crap. Those. Not getting a. Yeah, it's not even crap. This maybe not even.
It's about par for the course today.
Yep. Yeah, everything. Like my entire computer's locked up.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we will not be doing the giveaway. I'll have to redo that on Saturday's show.
Oh, there you go. Spread things out a little bit.
I can kick the other.
There you go. You got 1 feed out of there.
Okay. Well, I guess we're just going to be redoing the giveaway this weekend on Christmas. There you go. Got a Christmas present.
It'll be a Christmas gift. That works.
So,
Calaveras, we're from Nampa, just outside of Boise.
yeah, you're not too far away. Not too far away from. No, I know. What was it? Shooting Gallery New England was doing a live stream last night, and you made a comment in the crowd. I don't know if you want to put that out for everybody.
Oh, about the event?
Or yes.
Yeah, I think the only person I really talked to it was Ghost, and it's nothing in definite plans yet, but I'd sure like to late fall, early summer do some kind of range event in the Boise area. Like I said, I've been talking to Ghost Tactical about it and some other friends. I think it'd be fun. Whether we get it pulled off or not, I don't know, but I'm sure going to try. I've got a range out here that they've been introduced to the owner. I got to talk to him some more and see if we can figure something out. But I think it'd be kind of fun and just see what happens and try to get just some kind of range day with a bunch of trainers there and then people with their products and try to do smaller companies and local to the Pacific Northwest in this area and then a bunch of YouTubers. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, because when you were doing your interview with the Rogue Banshee, I told the wife, I'm like, there's 4 states that are right close together in the Northwest. And, you've got Banshee over in Montana, you're in Idaho, I'm in Oregon, and then there's a couple from Washington, DM Foss, my co-host extraordinaire on my live streams. It's like, that's 4 states right there in the Pacific Northwest. It would be nice to get everybody together, and with Idaho having some of the better gun laws than Oregon and Washington, it'd probably be better to go in there to have a get together.
Plus, there's a lot of really cool gun companies in Idaho. Idaho, Wyoming. It's just pretty cool how many gun companies are in these areas. I don't know a lot about Oregon and stuff, but I mean here just in the Boise area, some of the gun companies here is incredible. I mean, you got Foxtrot Mike is here, Nemo Arms is right here. So you got some neat stuff. Be kind of cool to get a bunch of companies together.
Yeah, over in Washington, you've got Aero Precision, and a couple other companies over there. You got, I know here in Oregon, you've got Sig Sauer Optics is actually here in Oregon, one of their branches.
Yeah, then I guess right up
there's
Alien Gear holsters right up the road here too, in Idaho.
Huh, I did not know that.
I didn't know it until a couple months ago when I was talking to a rep from Alien Gear, and they're in Idaho. It's like, wow. So, there's a lot of cool things.
Ghost says he's just waiting for his plane ticket. Like somebody else is going to pay for his plane ticket to fly up here.
Yeah. Well, got to understand, most of us don't think that way because we're not the celebrity status that Ghost is. So it's a whole different level.
Yeah.
Us peasants don't get that, getting plane tickets and stuff, so we'll just have to see.
We could probably smuggle him in the backpack from SHOT Show. Just smuggle him in a suitcase or something.
Well,
That'd be
I
close
will tell you
to a plane
this.
ticket.
I will tell you this, and not to boost Ghost's ego or anything, but if my wife had to pay for Ghost's plane ticket to get him out here for an event, she would do it. Because she absolutely adores him and thinks he is the best YouTuber guy on the planet. So there's that.
Crap. I don't know if his head's gonna fit through the door frame to be able to do his own show later here in a couple of hours. After that comment.
Yeah, well, it's true. So, and he'll, just so you know, Trey, because I know he's listening, as far as my wife and her admiration of people, you're right up there with Charlie Melton. And she absolutely adores Charlie. So,
Yeah, he says checks in the mail.
yeah, I see that. But, no, something like that this next year, I think it would be cool. And to do it up here in this part, because there's a lot of people. I mean, I just recently moved back to Idaho from Texas, and you get a lot of stuff in Texas and all these places. Like you get a lot of places, a lot of things in Arizona going on. You have big gun shows like in Oklahoma, like Wanamaker. You have SHOT Show in Vegas. I think it'd be kind of cool to maybe get something going. And I don't want anything really big. I think it'd just be fun to do a show. Let's do a small gun show out here with no big companies allowed. Not that they would want to, and it's nothing against them, but try to we wouldn't want the big, huge companies there. Let the small businesses show up, some trainers to show up and be able to showcase what they can do to a new audience that they might know about, and YouTubers to come down and get content, and then companies like mine be able to set up a table and promote your stuff and sell some products. I think it'd be fun for a day or two. Plus the networking to get to meet new people.
That'd be amazing. I know, like over in Washington, there's what's that, TriggerCon that happens.
Yeah.
But that's probably about the biggest history event that's anywhere in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. I don't know. I gotta see. It's putting on events is not my kind of thing. It's not my thing, but I would sure like to dip my toe in it and see what happens. Because I think we'd have a lot of fun. Plus, get a lot of friends together.
Oh yeah,
and just have a good time. Yeah. And not do something that doesn't cost a lot of money. We'd have to charge. I think if people wanted to come in and promote, have a table, we'd have to charge a little bit to offset some costs, but it wouldn't be thousands of dollars, under a couple $100 a person to buy a table or less. Something cool. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I got other issues I got to work out first. Like you said earlier, some of the supply chain issues that everybody's dealing with, it's kicking our butts right now. So trying to deal
with food manufacturing, and I do food manufacturing, and trying to get out to even pick up to go deliver to customers. Sometimes it's just a pain in the ass to even get them, and it's like, crap.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how these people. I keep seeing these memes on it. Says if you buy American-made products, you don't have to worry about them sitting on a ship offshore. Well, our products are American-made, and we're still even having problems getting this stuff put together. So I wish that was the truth.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to worry about them sitting on a ship offshore. You just have to worry about them sitting in the warehouse waiting to be able to go out because you can't get trucks.
Yeah. So it is what it is. I don't bitch and whine about it because it's just not me. Everybody I know that's in business is facing the same issues at some level.
Oh yeah.
So
yep.
Not
right now, that's just the way everything's going.
And the price to ship anything anymore is just everything's going up. So, and
Yeah.
like for us, some shipping keeps going up a little bit, and we're not raising our prices. Hopefully, we can get through this without raising our prices and get back to something normal.
So if people want to get your stuff, buy your products and stuff, is there a brick and mortar or anything, or are you gonna stay away from brick and mortars?
Yeah, I think I've had my last brick and mortar store I'll ever have. But like I always believe, you never say never, but I have no intention of ever doing that again. So we're basically at gun shows and online at aegisguncare.com. Yeah, they're Ghosted put it up. So
Yep. And it
that's what we
is in
do.
the description. That email or the website is in the description of the video also.
Yeah, and we're getting out to more and more gun shows, especially here just in the Boise area in Idaho. Probably going to start branching out in the Pacific Northwest a little bit more. Just got back from a month or so ago from the Wanamaker show in Oklahoma, which was absolutely cool as hell. That was a lot of fun. Plus, we got to see a lot of good friends. Got to see our good friends Clover Tack and Ghost, who we hadn't seen in a few years. So no, that's the kind of gun shows I'm planning. If I get tables and all, like through January and February, I think I'll probably have a gun show booked up every weekend for like 7 weeks there. So, which is also dependent on me being able to get product in. So
now, are you just gonna stay? Are you gonna go into doing like gun shows over in Montana, Wyoming, during the winter, or are you gonna try staying somewhat local due to weather?
well, no, I like Wyoming. I'd like to get over to because over to Sheridan, Wyoming. I think February, March they have a gun show. I tried to get in the last one there in October. It was all filled up. I'd like to get to Sheridan, Wyoming because I got a lot of friends and family there, and I worked with the police department and sheriff department there for a lot of years. So we want to get there. We're going to try to get to like Twin Falls, Idaho, Burley, Idaho, Pocatello, Idaho, Coeur d'Alene. Spokane has a pretty good gun show. I know there's a few down in Nevada. I heard that are pretty good gun shows. So we're going to try to do that and do those kind of gun shows instead of, unfortunately, not going to go to things like SHOT Show. I mean, I would love to go to SHOT Show to see a lot of friends and have a good time, but it just doesn't really, since we can't get a table there or do anything, it doesn't really promote our company a whole lot. It doesn't help us because we can't sell product there. So, but we'll see how things go.
And I don't know if would SHOT really benefit you, like cost your ROI? Would that be even like something that would be beneficial for you?
No, it wouldn't. If my wife and I decided we're not going to SHOT Show this year, but if we had went to SHOT Show, it would have mostly just been for a networking deal to see friends. But luckily, a lot of the friends we'd like to see there, we just got to see at Wanamaker, so it's not a big thing. So we just decided, well, you're right. The return of investment for us is not good at SHOT Show. There's nothing, even though it doesn't cost us a lot to go because we have a timeshare there and stuff. But yeah, it was a decision made that we weren't going to go do that. We'll do some other things and see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was just going to add if Antares Alliance would have been doing their try and buy the Sunday before like they always do, we'd have probably went down for a few days. Because that's worth our time to go to something like that because we can actually be at the gun range and sell product and do demonstrations a little bit better. But since they are not holding that event this year, we decided we weren't going.
Yeah, I'll be doing a video on your product because this last weekend I was up in Washington with Mr. Foss and we did some shooting. And so I've got the Judge I've got to clean. So we'll test it out on the Judge. We'll test it out on the Glock 23. see, and put some videos on there. So we'll get that out there, get good words for that.
No, that'd be great. I mean, especially then you can actually, the stuff you can play with it and see like some of the stuff we say, like see for yourself that we're just not full of crap when we say that our product's like heavier than water. It is. You take our product, pour it in water, it floats to the bottom, which I think just gives, I don't think enough people give enough credit to that to understand just how important that is to displace water from your firearm. It's huge.
Yeah.
Like I was telling people, trying to be funny, but the old saying, what's the two worst things for your firearm? Well, moisture, water, and politicians. I can't help you with the politicians, but we can sure help you with the moisture part.
Yeah. So yeah, when you were with the former company, I gave one of your kits away, some of your product away, and our Artak daughter, who's out in the crowd, he won that, and he's done a product on that. He did a video on that product, and then he's gotten some of the Aegis product that's out there. And so I was like, yeah, it's the same product, So
yeah,
he definitely likes it and everything.
Yeah, and not to say too much, but one of the big things that we're doing now with kind of moving on to Aegis and stuff is I don't know how to say this. I just don't like standing still. We're committed to improving things as we go along and not just have a good product and set on it and be good and think, oh, we're good, we can just move on. No, always getting better. I mean, don't want to be sitting still. We want to be out there leading and making our products better, make everything we do better. And so that's a big goal of ours, is to keep pushing to get everything better. We're really good, but you might as well strive to be perfect. So there's always can be an improvement on everything. So we're pushing hard to do that.
Yeah. So, because I don't know, if I see a new gun cleaning kit, I'm probably gonna buy it and add it to my collection. And anymore, the wife's kind of getting irritated because I've probably got 30 different gun cleaning kits.
Yeah. Well, after now, you got this one. There's no reason to get any more. You finally reached the pinnacle. Good for you.
Yeah. It just took 29 practice attempts to get here.
But I also a firm believer is our company is listening to our customers. I mean, we actually do listen to people and I appreciate and I love when I get feedback from people, either a message on Instagram, Facebook, an email, something, and just as an example of that is we just added our deluxe kit it was just a deluxe handgun kit because it only had the brass rods and the cable pull through for handgun size. We had enough people at gun shows and reaching out to us and like that to be a little more versatile, have it for rifles. So we listened to what everybody said, and I just went and bought a bunch of the 33-inch, you can see on the thing, these pull cables like in the field cleaning kit, and added them to the deluxe kit now. Now it's a deluxe cleaning kit. Yes, that's a brand new, you got one of the first kits out that had those in it. That's a brand new, and that came just from people at gun shows and people reaching out to us asking if we could do something like that to use that kit for rifles. So we heard it enough. It took me a little while to find them, and I got them, and now they'll be in all of them.
I like that it comes with the pick, so you can get into some tight areas and kind of clean your crevices. Not all kits come with that. I see we've got a 45 in there. I'm probably gonna pick on you. Oh, look at that. 40. We have a 40 in here.
Oh yes, there is. Hey, I'm still one of them 40 guys. I carried a 40 on duty for a lot of years, and I still own them, and I don't have a problem with them. So, even though my everyday carry is a 9mm, but
Maybe you'll go back to the 40. You know, it's definitely in my opinion, a way better round.
Yeah, I don't have
You
a
know
problem
why?
with it.
You know why they always have extra. You know, when you got your 9, you got 15 or so in your subcompacts compared to in your 40s. There's only like 13 because it takes those couple extra rounds to neutralize your threat.
There you go. Well, see, I'm actually a 10 millimeter guy, a full 10. If I could find a 10 that I could carry that was comfortable and compact enough, I would do that. So,
You know, I love the 10 mil, and until they start like returning the powder level back to proper, I don't
oh yeah,
see the point of paying $5-10 more for the 10 mil with the same powder as the 40.
yeah,
You know,
that's a good point. But 10
I mean,
millimeters is an awesome round.
I was shooting the 10 mil this weekend. I was shooting the Glock 20 from Foss's, and yeah, you know, it's definitely a nice round.
But
But
the only other round I would like over as much as a 10 is a 357 Magnum, and not a 357 Sig, a real 357 Magnum. But the only person that makes a semi-auto for it is Kuhn, and I can't afford one. So,
right, yeah, just like that alien, you know, that alien concept. You've seen that 9 mil that they have,
I don't know if I,
where the center part of it's like $5,000 for that firearm.
yeah, that's a tad bit out of my price range. Way out of mine. But I'm actually not recently, 4 or 5 years ago, I switched from carrying Glocks and everything else to I'm a full blown Canik guy now. I own 3 of them. I love that firearm. I just love it. It's a great gun. There's no well, there really isn't for a Glock either, as far as I'm concerned. But there's no reason to start doing all these modifications from it. Canik comes great right out of the box, and it's ready to go. So that's what I've switched to for several years now. And I know
Yeah,
we do have at least
you know,
one other
I can't.
Canik fan. And I'm sorry, what's that?
I don't see that they're, you know, all the manufacturers out there, they're all pretty good and everything. So it's like saying, well, oh, I'm a Glock guy, or I'm a Sig guy, or that's what you prefer. If it's nice in your hand, hey, great. I'm just glad that a lot of people, that more people are willing to carry. And you know,
Oh, yeah. Now, even if you're carrying a high point and that's what you can afford and carry, go for it. At least you're doing something.
and the high point doubles the hammer when you run out of ammo.
Yeah, no, you can easily get a good shot and throw it and knock somebody out pretty easy with it. And not going to hurt it.
Yeah.
But
Reading some
yeah,
of the
no,
comments as they go by.
yeah, I've been getting down to some of them. I see a lot of people. The whole range thing sounds like a good thing. Might have to start thinking about that more. But then again,
Yeah.
being that we're not a big company, we're fairly new. I don't have a lot of money to go throw out to sponsor a real big event, so we have to keep that in mind as well. But
Yeah, you know, and maybe there's other companies. I know what CCI is not too far from you.
oh, if I do something like that, I would like to get another smaller or medium sized company from this area to try to help co-sponsor it. I would definitely want to do that, 1 or 2 of them. and see what happens. Plus, it's
You got what? Have you another one would be like Minuteman Ammo. They're in Washington. They may want to try to jump on and help out.
we'll have to see. I'm definitely interested in it. Something I've been kicking around for a long time. I guess maybe it's time to get off my butt and quit talking about it, thinking about it, and just see if I can make it happen. So, like I said, I've talked to Ghost a little bit about it. We got some cool ideas, some things we think would be kind of neat to do. So, we'll see what happens. You never know.
So,
plus, it wouldn't be bad for my company to be like the title sponsor for something like that and help promote it.
right? If everything went your way, what would you like to see your company in the next 5 to 10 years?
Oh, I would just like to see us to be a household name and be trusted, and people like our company and trust us because we have a good product. We're good people. That's what I would like. I mean, I'm not a greedy person. I don't need to make millions and millions of dollars. I just need to be cool to have a product that people trust, and we get to be an everyday name, kind of like some of the others on the market that aren't so great, but they have a name everybody knows.
Yeah. I mean, I heard about your company from when you would do all your stuff with Ghost Tactical and Clover Tac. And that's where, and I'm like, well, if these guys trust them, I should at least give them a try. And so that's when I started to, that was when you were with the former company. So I reached out to you and you were like, hey, yeah, and you've always been, pretty open and honest and stuff. And all the communications that we've had. I mean, this is the first time we've ever been on a panel together, but all the other communications when I've emailed you or talked to you when we were on IG before I got banned from there.
Well, yeah, no, I appreciate that. And since you brought up Ghost and Clover, I can't thank those two enough. They've ever since almost day one that I met those guys, they have been such a huge supporter of ours, and it's great to have them, and met them and Michael Woodland from MW Tactical all at the same time, and it was awesome. And we've been friends with all of them ever since. They've all been great supporters of ours. So I can't thank those guys enough. But also, like, what's that?
How did you come about meeting Ghost and Clover?
Well, we were at 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I'm not sure what it was. We were at the Antares Alliance Try and Buy Range Day, Sunday before SHOT Show in Vegas, and we had our mobile gun cleaning trailer there, and they just walked up, told us they do YouTube videos, wanted to know what we were about. So I started talking to them, showed them our products. They were impressed with our products. I think I gave them some samples. They were just right off the bat really enthused about our product or something they hadn't heard about. And being YouTubers, I think it's that new content. Somebody new you get to talk about. And that's what they're there for. So they jumped on board, used our products, loved it, and was able to return the favor. And then we introduced them to guys like Charlie Melton. And then from there, then several months later, we got a little small range day. Those guys and us together at Charlie Melton's place in Texas and had a fun range day. So yeah, it started out there, and we've just kept in touch and just supported each other as much as we can. So, and it's been just a great relationship. They're great guys.
So I see the flag behind you. That has the company logo on there?
Yeah.
Are those for sale on the website?
No, not yet. I bought that one from a company online real cheap just because I want to buy some flags for trade shows and other things and maybe to sell. So I bought one really fairly cheap price, one of their smaller ones to check their quality, and it's not that good. So I'm still got to look for another company. So I just threw that one up on the wall behind where I do these lives at. But no, that's something I'd like to do at some point. Get some kind of posters and stuff like that, or flags, something to that effect. That you can see that one. So, but
Yeah,
you can't buy flags and stuff, but you can buy shirts and stuff online.
What's the biggest size that you go up to?
I think on some of our shirts we go to a 4 or 5X. I think's what it is. So yeah, Joe from Shooting Gallery New England got on our website and got back and he goes, "I love you guys even more. You sell tactical Earth Gun Bunny size shirts." He bought it because he's a big old boy. He goes, "I was able to buy a shirt off your thing that I can wear." So yeah, 4 or 5X on some stuff.
Yeah. I see we got Christian Grest out in the crowd. We've got Vanessa Kitty out there.
Well, not to get too far off into stuff, but Ghost makes a point. He was talking just how more important that our products are, but being with good people. I'm huge about doing business with good people. It's just when you surround yourself with good people, bad things don't happen. That's something I learned when I was after I got out of law enforcement. I was in the oil and gas industry and I had to hire people and kind of rose up in the company. I've always been a firm believer, like we are hiring people, hire good people. You can teach them how to do the job. You can't teach somebody to be a good person, but you can teach somebody a good person. And then you have a good employee or a friend. So I believe in surrounding yourself with good people. It's important to me.
With small companies and any company, I look at it as if you say something and you don't follow through with it, that reflects highly on what your company is. It's like the old a man's handshake is his bond, and you're only as strong as your bond.
Well, and you know what? The sad thing about it is I wish more people thought that. I've gotten screwed in a few business deals in the last 3 or 4 years because I trusted somebody and I did a handshake deal with them. And my wife's gotten on to me that I trust people too much. So anymore. And unfortunately, it's got to anytime we do any kind of deal with anything, my lawyer has to be involved now. And we have to have a contract because I don't have a problem with it because I know I'll hold up my end. But not everybody's that way. People see an opportunity and take your kindness and everything as weakness and they go after you. So that's too bad. It really is.
Yeah.
But who knows? But no, that's really important. And that's kind of why I kind of became friends and stay friends with some of the people I do, like Clover and Ghost and Mike Woodland and those Charlie Melton, just a lot of people because they're good people. You sit down and talk to them and you realize just how good of people they are. And that's kind of how you want to be, who you want to be around.
Yeah, I've seen you on a few other podcasts and I was like, you know what? I've got to reach out to him. I've got to get him on here, because the one thing with like the gun industry on YouTube or the 2A industry on YouTube is some of us will, our audience and goes between different channels. But then there's some of our channels or some of our channel friends and subscribers that, they may not go watch Ghost stuff, or they may not go watch Clover stuff, or, Shooting Gallery New England. And so, bringing you on here, this may be the first time they've ever even heard about your products. Trying to reach out and get them out, get you out there to a lot more people. Yeah,
I was doing these podcasts. I think the first real time I did a real podcast was probably with Ghost, and ever since then, I've been trying to do as many as I can. I get to where I like it. I've had some people go, "You ever gonna do your own podcast?" I'm like, absolutely not. I don't want to have my own podcast. It's not for me, but I like going on and talking to people. Plus, it's a good way to get our word out about our company. So I enjoy it.
Yeah. Going on as a guest is way different. Going on as a guest is way different than when you're actually hosting it, because there's a lot more stress when you're hosting it.
Oh yeah, I just don't need any more stress in my life. So this is good, Even though I don't know what I'm complaining, I'm a businessman. I own a company. Isn't that the modern wisdom that if you own a company, you're just rich and carefree, and everything comes to you easy? So I guess that's it.
Well, I thought that's how it was. You're rich, so you've got to have $100 million in the bank account, right?
Yeah. The funny thing about it is, I talk about being stressed, but this is probably the best time I've ever had doing anything in my life since I've been working for myself, and it's the least amount of money I've ever made in my life. But my stress level is so much. The stress is different, but it's actually less. And a lot more work though. I work 7 days a week, 12, 14 hours a day.
Yeah, there's times I missed working for myself because I did process serving. So I served all the court papers. I got to have law enforcement as backup on a few times when they'd show up. So being a cross server is a whole different stress game. And,
Yeah. No, it's different. But I love what I'm doing. And I like where things are going. By no means are we making millions or anything, but I can't stress enough how anybody that's bought a product from us, how much we appreciate it. We've done better than I thought we were going to do as an upstart company. Even though I kind of went into it with a lot of networking and people already I knew, but I think it helps. That right there is one thing that really helps is having great products and just treating people good and having good products. I think is the biggest part of the battle.
And so I know you were talking about it over on SG or over on the Rogue Banshees live stream, but this is a 4-ounce bottle in the kit. Goes with you to the range. So this is it's not like it's just one of those little tester small sizes. It's a full-size bottle that will actually, fill up your hand, and that. And I like how you have the different colored labels for your cleaner and your lube. So I know you like the two-step process.
Very much so.
You want to kind of talk about why the two-step process is better than running like a CLP in your opinion?
Yeah, no problem. I have no problem. And when I talk about this, by no means am I bashing any company that does the all-in-one approach. And anybody that does it, I know a lot of people that love CLP. That's what they're going to do. And good for them. If it works for you, keep using the product you use. I mean, if you don't feel like changing, don't. But no, I've just always been that way. Cleaning a gun, I'm a firm believer that, and I've said this many times, cleaning a firearm should be a two-step process. You should clean your gun and clean it well, and then get as much as that product off as you can, as your cleaner, your solvent, whatever you're using, and then you lube the firearm. And I think it just seems to make sense that if you're using two different products, you're using a cleaner, then you can get the gun. I think you can get the gun a lot more clean, a lot more of a virgin surface back there to where it would be. And the cleaner you have the firearm, the better your lubrication is going to work once you put it on. So it's got a good surface to adhere to and stay on there. And you start from a clean surface. So I just don't, my personal opinions, you just don't get that clean out of all the all-in-ones. But then again, with that being said, it must work good for a lot of people because some of these CLP companies stuff have a great market share and they make a lot of money doing what they do. So who am I? So,
No,
but it's kind of how we believe about it.
I know because I've used a lot of like the CLP kind of style cleaners. And I've never actually thought my gun was completely clean because you can still see residue, and even if you are trying to get it multiple times, it seems like it never, it's good enough to keep it running and everything, but you would never pass like a white glove inspection.
Well, but even the bigger thing that you and I think about more than just inspection is that gun firing and working when you actually need it. Whether it's saving your own life, a family member's life, or somebody at a convenience store, whatever it may be. That's like the old saying, when you're on a shooting range and the loudest sound you'll ever hear is a gun that goes click. That's the loudest, scariest sound in the world when you pull the trigger and it just clicks. So gun maintenance is just crucial to make sure that doesn't happen to you. Because, Murphy's Law, what can go wrong will, and it'll be at the worst time. So you need to do everything you can to make sure, put the odds in your favor. That's not going to happen to you. And so we take it serious what our products do, and we stand behind them. They just do a great job. So, and I was going to take one step further, and I told a lot of people like we used to do in our own old retail stores. Not only, our product does not hurt anything. It's our cleaner. It's non-toxic, non-caustic, non-flammable. It's not going to hurt if it stays on your gun. Like there's some out there that they tell you to get it all off the metal because it can harm your metal if it's on there for a long time. Ours won't do that, but we still believe you need to get all the solvent off of your gun to the point where I don't have a problem. And I even promote washing your gun, washing it off with water. Because we did this in our retail stores, and then we used blow dryers, really nice heated blow dryers, to totally dry all the metal parts before we put them in a lubrication tank and lubricated them. Therefore, you got all your foreign material, everything off of that firearm. So then your lubricant really has a chance to do its best, what it's really designed to do. And ours is designed to be a world-class lubricant that's heavier than water, so therefore displaces moisture and stays on your gun better. So having that good, clean surface to start with is huge. And don't be afraid to throw your gun under the kitchen sink and wipe all the solvent off and get the hair dryer out if you want to do a really good clean, and then just blow dry it and get all the nooks and crannies dry. Get it dry out and then put your lube on.
And if you burn out the wife's hair dryer, you did not hear that on the channel.
Yes, I didn't say that. So that's all on you. If she has a come apart, you get in trouble. I didn't say that. But no, it's.
Have you ever burnt out?
But we did that.
Out the wife's?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ever burnt out the wife's blow dryer?
I haven't. No, because I didn't need to. I had all the professional stuff that we had to do cleanings with. But no, cleaning the gun is utmost importance. Your gun, not just cleaning it, but your maintenance, making sure that's because it's a tool. I mean, we all love them and they're cool to have, and most of us have more than one, and they're neat things to collect, but they're also a tool, especially the one you carry on your side every day when you're walking around. And if you're not carrying one on your side every day, you should be. And if you're a state that doesn't allow it, maybe you need to be in a different state. But I'm a firm believer everybody should carry a gun. And you want that gun to be in its best working condition that can possibly be at all times.
Yeah, or if you love your state, but you don't love the fact that you can't carry in your state, fight like hell to get the people in to help overturn and change the laws that are in there.
No, and that's true. And I always say you should move to a different state. I think I'm just being funny, but I kind of respect, because I know people in California and other that I know that stay there and they don't want to leave because they don't want to give up their state. They love their state and they're there for the fight. They've committed. And I respect the hell out of that.
Yeah.
So
like I asked Shane if he'd ever thought about moving out of California. And he's like, nope, I'm here to fight. This is my state.
And there has to be those people. definitely has to be those people to fight to keep that going. I've just never had that problem. I lived in California when I was in high school, but any place else I've lived has always been in a very gun-free, free states. So that works.
Calaveras is asking, how often do you suggest cleaning an EDC firearm?
Me personally, I think once a month at a minimum, it should be cleaned. Because for a lot of reasons, if it's hot in the summer, if you're in the South, like when I was in Houston, one of the most humid places I've ever been in my life, you're sweating on that gun all day long. In the human body, we excrete and we sweat out some awful things. What we sweat out of our bodies can do a lot of damage to metal and stuff. So that plus the lint, the water that gets on, just over time, everything that's on that gun is exposed to. Me personally, I think at least once a month at a minimum is what I believe that gun should be. And it doesn't have to be a complete tear down clean. Pull your slide off, take your guide rod, your spring, everything out, do a quick wipe down, re-lube if necessary, and make sure there's nothing in there from running around with it on your side all day. So
he says, using my Aegis on my Shield 40 once a week.
Yeah, no, you don't actually have to lube it that much because our lube will stay in your gun for a long time. But like I say, even though our lube will stay on there for a lot longer and you'll be good, you just don't know what's getting in your firearm when you're messing around, especially if you're somebody that works all day, might be in the construction industry. And I know guys that work construction and do things, they carry their gun all day long. You just don't know what's falling into your gun and what's there. So just at least once a month, take that gun apart, wipe it down, make sure there's no obstructions in there. Because like I said before, you go to pull that firearm and you really need it and you're in a time of crisis and it don't fire, that's bad juju. That's a bad place to be. Especially if you're not practicing your failure drills at the range too. So that's a bad time to have to learn how to swap out mags and do stuff.
Or figure out how to tap and rack.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Your clearance drill.
Yep. Now, how often do you train with like failure drills? Do you, when you're at the range, do you do it like once a range trip, or maybe once every 5 range trips? Or
I probably every time I go to the range, I'll do it every time I go. I just don't get to the range as much. And I know when I had my retail stores, I was doing it a lot because there's always, no matter what business you're in, there'd be slow times. And I'd be in the back room and I had dummy rounds and everything. And I would go through just practice and mag changes. I'd set in my back room, the back of the shop, and just practice magazine changes, clearance drills, and all that for boredom. Plus, it's a good thing to do. I definitely don't do it as much as I should be doing it. I think most of us don't. So, there's a lot of things we should be doing. There's bad times to do things.
Now,
and getting brushed up or learning a new technique under fire is not the right time to be doing that.
Well, trial by fire seems to be the way a lot of people like to do things.
Yeah, that's what I watched a video earlier today with Tim Kennedy talking about doing tactical magazine changes, and his comment, which I've heard before, is right. Swap out your mags to a fresh mag when you want to, not when you have to. So do a tactical reload instead of shooting it empty and then having to do a quick reload under fire. And it's totally right. So, but that's something you have to practice a long time before.
Yeah, Christian Gress says, definitely don't practice nearly as much as I should. Yeah, So, dry fire practice. If everyone's doing their dry fire practice, quite a bit, would that not kind of break down the lube and so you need to maybe lube it a little more often, or
Oh yeah, you're probably
what's
going to. I mean, I think you'll find that our lube holds up very well under that. But like with any lube, no lube is perfect. It's going to last forever and stay on there. It's just not going to happen. Especially dry firing's a little less of a problem for that. But you do a lot of shooting in your heat, and you get you're heating the gun up real good. You get a lot of carbon going on there. The lube starts it. No lube's perfect and going to be last forever. Some are just better than others. Like I've said a lot, not all gun cleaning products are created equal.
Yeah.
So,
and I know you were talking about some of them have rested on their laurels since the 80s, pretty much. You know, some of the name brand companies that have been around that could theoretically be pushing the industry forward more are just kind of kicking back, relaxing on, hey, we've got a name brand. And if we were putting out a product like yours, then their sales may go down because you're not having to use as much.
or
You know,
it's their bottom line is going to be lower. They're going to have such a margin because it's going to cost a little bit more money. I mean, our products aren't cheap, especially our lube is not cheap to produce. You know, it's just not. You know, so there's that. And again, I say these things as I see them as a consumer, but I'll also go back to what I said earlier. A lot of these old companies have been around forever, like I said, resting on their laurels and stuff. They're doing something right because they sell a lot of product. And I would love to have just a couple percent of some of these companies' market share. I would love to. So they're doing something right. And a lot of it is they have marketing money and they're able to go out and market their product very well. And small companies, we just don't have that, you know, so you just got to work on it and you try to build your company grassroots just by being good people and having a good product. And you hope people care enough about what they do that they believe like you do that, okay, having a great product is important. So, but yeah, it's been a thing forever.
Sometimes it's like you get what you pay for. You know, if you're buying stuff dirt cheap, you're probably not going to be expecting, you know, the greatest. You know, it's like, okay, well, I can go buy a Kia for $5,000 used, or I can go buy a Mercedes for $30,000 used. A lot of people may go for that name brand, but they're not factoring in all the other, you know, things that are going to come with, you know, going with that name brand, where it may cost you more in the long run.
And just because something's a name brand doesn't mean it's the best. You know, we all know that. You know, so, no, it's. I try not to get in bashing anybody because I'm big on not bashing other companies.
Oh yeah,
I don't do well with that, and I think that's a problem we have in the firearms industry and the Second Amendment as a whole. Is we get people inside infighting and trying to bash each other, and it makes me sick. Because when it comes down to it, even in our industry and our little niche of gun cleaners, lubes, there's a lot of competition. But you know what? There's enough shooters and enough out there for all of us without getting nasty with each other. It's not necessary. So
Calaveras is asking, does Rod feel that the YouTube videos that have been made, especially the smaller people, a difference for his company?
Yeah, no, I do. I know typically sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but we always see a little spike in sales after I do a podcast or an interview or something because we reach a couple new people. Maybe it's only one new person, maybe it's two. There's been sometimes we had a huge spike after a podcast. You know, so it just depends. Also, time of year, time of the week. There's a lot of things that go into that. You know, whether people are going to spend money. So yeah, I think it's kind of what we're trying to do, a different thing, because I don't have a marketing budget like some of the brand names do. I can't throw $100,000 at a marketing for 1 week to run some commercials or do this or do that, or go out and sponsor a $50,000 booth at SHOT Show. We don't have the money to do that, so we have to do what we can do. And so far, it's going along fine. I can't complain.
Yeah, Christian Grest, who he has a great channel over here, says Rod's absolutely correct. We should lift each other up, support, and help other companies improve when/where they can.
No, it's absolutely a fact. When I had gun stores in Texas, I used to get so mad that other gun stores, again, won't bring in it, one's not in business anymore, but certain guys that own gun stores wanted to go out and try trashing all the gun stores around them all the time. I'm like, why? You know, if you have to go out and trash somebody, it's because one of two things: your product sucks, or you're not very good at running your business. If you just do your thing and worry about you don't need to do all that. And I will not trash other companies. It's just something we're never going to go down. There's just no return on it anyway. Plus, it might be a company, like we have competitors in this industry to us that I've gotten to meet some of the owners of those companies. And guess what? They're cool people. They're nice guys. So I would feel bad I would feel to me now, after knowing that, even though some I think our products are better, I would feel like a personal attack on them, and I would feel bad if I went after them because they're good people.
Yeah, and a lot more is said by word of mouth on companies. If the consumer of the product doesn't like it, more people are going to listen to that. They're going to listen to if companies are fighting them. Both companies could end up getting hurt in the deal where they're like, you know what, we don't care which one of you guys have a better product. We're going to go with option 3. You're not even,
absolutely. Absolutely. And we, under the old company, we had a couple other small companies jump on social media and start taking shots at us. And we didn't reply at all. We just totally ignored it and moved on. One of our friends that owns a gun store, he decided to jump in on our behalf and slam these people, but it wasn't us, and we didn't encourage it. We just made a decision we were not going to respond. There's just no reason to respond. So be it. But no, like I said, I truly mean it. And I think he's, like goddamn Bacon said, if you have to tear someone else down, you're probably crap. No, sometimes I believe that. If either your product's not really good, or you're just not very good at selling your product, and whatever it may be. But now this whole 2A thing and this gun thing, we're all in this together because we're all gun enthusiasts and gun owners. We're all there together. There's no reason to trash anybody else.
And if we want to actually start getting ground back, we have to come together and, be willing to stand side by side with everybody and say, you know what, not another damn inch.
Yeah.
Because as long as they keep us divided, they can take whatever they want. They've proven it,
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with helping each other, lifting each other up, because when it gets good, it's going to get good for all of us. High tides lift all ships. So let's work together to get that high tide. That's why it's important to me to help out channels. We're not a big company, but I like to help out smaller channels as YouTube, since I started getting into this. Like yourself, you're pretty big, Shooting Gallery New England, and people that have these little channels that love what they're doing, and they're working hard to make something for themselves. So I love, like with Joe and these guys, supporting them, send out a kit once in a while, do something we can to help.
Yeah, he keeps talking about how he wants some Joe Juice line going.
Yeah, I don't know Hank Strange, but that's Hank Strange's fault. Somebody, he was pimping Joe was pimping our stuff real hard on Hank Strange's show one day, and Hank made the comment. He goes, "What is this stuff? Joe juice?" And ever since then, this whole Joe juice thing started. So, oh well, it's fun. It's a good time. You never know what could happen in the world. I said it's good to hear too many non-trips. But there's a difference between trashing somebody's company or having fun with them too. I love getting in the banter about 1911s and everything else. I love that. So I'll be quick to tease people, the 1911 fanboys, even though I own 1911s. I think they're a great platform. I will still jump on and give them a hard time. So that stuff's fun.
Yeah, I definitely harass the 1911 guys, or especially like the M&P guys. Those guys. Oh,
See, I own almost every. Yeah, I own Smiths. I have Glocks. I have Colts. I have Sigs. I have Rugers. I have an RG or two. I have quite a few. So I don't care.
yeah. Here pretty soon, I want to start collecting some of the Ring of Fire guns. Some like the Jericho, in some of those older California-made firearms.
One that I want, I've been looking at is the new Springfield, what's it, SA-35 or whatever it is? Off it's a remake of the Browning.
Oh yeah.
But Springfield's putting it out. I really want to get my hands on that gun and play with that. Maybe get one.
Yeah, but half the 2A community would be upset because they think everyone should not think about buying anything new from Springfield because of what they did back.
Yeah, I don't let that get to me. It's like the whole Canik thing. I've had people say, "Well, why do you spend money on a terrorist company?" I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't buy the gun from Canik. I bought it from an American company, so there is that. I mean, plus it's a good gun that just works, and it's a good value. And I work hard for my money. I want a good value.
And you can't say just because a firearm may have come from a certain country that every person in that country is a terrorist.
I don't know. I'm by far not a firearms expert, never claimed to be, never will be. But I do know one thing. For whatever reason, the Turks make good firearms. They seem
what's it? The Vietnamese. I think it's the ones that are making the Rock Island.
No, yeah, I didn't know. Okay. Yeah, there's just a lot of people that make good firearms out there. And all those good firearms, by all means, should always have good product on them. Because we'll make those firearms even better. Just a fact. So. Oh, wow. It's all good and fun. I see Buck's. Yeah, I knew Buck is a Canik guy. That's right. Who's somebody else got to meet Buck out in Wanamaker. Finally got to meet him in person. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. He's starting to use his new logo that he's got going on, the tactical leprechaun.
There you go. One of your mods is having a fun time.
Burnaby says, I didn't know I could time somebody out. Yeah, you can even block him. Oh, okay. So it's the Philippines that they're in. I knew it was one of those places over there. I am not geographically inclined to know every,
Yeah, me neither. That's the other big thing is I get so many people that will ask me questions about guns. I'm like, I'm not a firearms expert by any means at all, am I? I know a little bit. I know what's the old saying? I know enough to be dangerous. But over the last bunch of years, I've learned how to take care of them, though. So
Jack of all trades, a master of none.
yeah, something like that.
So
But
when I do my interview, I definitely like to ask, if you could do away with any anti-firearm law, what would it be and why?
it'd be the NFA. Yep. So anybody that could have suppressors, have full auto. I bet it's just how it is, I guess. But we don't stop fighting. We should. That's the one thing I'd love to see repealed and be gone. Is that anybody could? That's fine. Keep the same background check. I have no problem with that. Fine. It's just we should be able to go into a gun store, and if I want to buy a full auto Uzi or an MP5, I should be able to. If I can afford it and I can pass the background check, I should be able to own that firearm and walk out with it the same day like any other gun, like a Glock, and same thing with suppressors. That's the one thing I'd love to see gone because I don't see the reason for it. I just don't.
I think there should be in vending machines where you can just walk up, buy them, and because they're great for hearing protection. And the thing is I may not want suppressors, but you may want them, and that's your right. And I don't think that you should have to put $200 out and hope and pray in a year you might be able to get that suppressor.
Well, see, that's why I own 0 suppressors at this time. I just refuse to go pay $200 to the government for just the privilege to own one. And it's ridiculous, and I just flat ass refuse to do it. But I would love to have I've had a few that I used and played with for a while and a couple guns, but I'm just not going to play that game. So, but no, that would be the one thing is get rid of the whole NFA and everything, so everybody can have them. My son had told me one time he goes, Dad, what he had a lot of people scream and shout because it's still another license, but his thing was, what they should do with all firearms? You go get, and it doesn't be any kind of it's not a gun registry or everything else. You get a firearms just like you do your concealed weapons permit. You run your background check, you get your firearm thing, and once you've done that background check, you can buy any gun you want. Once you've completed that, there's no guns that are off limits. Once you're proven you're not a felon or whatever, and you just go with that. I think, want to buy a Sherman tank? You buy a Sherman tank. Good people should never be stopped from buying stuff.
I don't know. I feel that if you're walking down the street, or if you're out free, then you should be able to buy a firearm. If you cannot be trusted to own a firearm, then what the hell are you doing out on the street? Why are you being able to be trusted to do anything else?
Yeah, and I see both sides of the fence on that one. From being in law enforcement, I kind of see the thing that you've lost certain things because you did certain heinous things. So, but I also see the other side of, well, you've paid your debt to society, haven't you? So I see both sides of that. I really do. And I could go with either side. I kind of get it.
When I was a kid, I got in trouble, and I lost all my rights, and it cost me almost $5,000 to get my rights back.
Yeah.
So that's it's not something that's cheap, and to be able to tell people, you know what, you're gonna have to choose between getting your rights restored or maybe providing stuff for your family if you have kids. that's where one thing I don't agree with.
Yeah, no, and like
You
I said,
know?
I see both sides of that argument perfectly. I see both
Oh
sides,
yeah,
and both are
yep,
valid points. Very much are. But the most important thing is though, it's your right. Hey, we just can't be. You start taking everybody's rights away from them.
so defense dad says he got his package today. Now he has to go get some guns dirty.
Oh darn! What a horrible thing.
Yep.
You see there you go. There's a good thing to look at our product. We're forcing people to go shoot because now they have to go get dirty guns so they can use our product. So that's another good thing. You know, buy our product and
Yeah.
you have to go shoot. No, been some good things in the chat. That's kind of cool. That's kind of why like I like doing live things because it's neat to see everybody in the chat and see what comments are made, what people have to say, and to be able to answer questions real time.
Goddamn Bacon says, I'd rather see the IRS gone. No laws that don't make any sense to a reasonable person can be enforced if they're not funded. That's there is a good point on that, you know.
Oh yeah, we're getting down a whole other thing, but yeah, I'd have no problem with the IRS being gone totally.
Yeah.
Be gone. Bye.
But
And like some politicians are saying, you know, you just do your income tax on a postcard. So there's no reason if we're gonna have income tax, we're gonna have to pay it. There's no reason to have that big, huge organization.
Caliver says throw a gun in the mud and then use that as a good test for the Aegis product.
Well, yeah, but then there are even every cleaning product has its limits, and a gun packed with mud that might be a little more. That reminds me of a story. I had a friend in Texas who was big on his Glocks. He had his Glock 43 at the range where I was shooting one day, and he was going to prove to everybody that you throw it in the mud. Well, he threw it down in the mud, picked it up, and it fired fine. Second time he threw it in the mud, then stomped it down into the mud several times, then pulled it back up, and yeah, it wouldn't fire. I'm like, yeah, no shit. You just stuffed mud in every nook and cranny. You jammed it in there. Well, that's cool. No, I appreciate all the questions that people asked. I mean, I love to be able to talk about our product. I'm passionate about our company, about our products. And hopefully in the future, we're going to have some news and some updates on stuff and just keep moving along, making things better. And like I said, I absolutely mean it. Anybody that buys our product, if you buy it, you use it. I love feedback, whether it's good or bad. A knock on wood, I haven't really got any bad feedback yet, but if somebody has a problem, I'd love to hear it. Like the gun cleaning kit, adding that one part was important to people. We did it. If it's something we can do, especially if we do something on the fly with it, we have no problem. If it seems to be something that the consensus of people thinks is a good idea, we'll look at it, and it's a good chance we might do it. So, and the ones I like best is the ones that we can do and not have to raise the price. You know, so that's even better.
Yeah.
Don't throw your Glock in the mud, throw it in the trash.
Yeah, he's a CZ fanboy.
Oh, okay. Ain't nothing wrong with CZs. If I could afford a CZ Shadow 2, I would have one.
Yeah, that TSO that they have, I wouldn't mind picking that up in 40. That's like a $2,000 gun, so
Yeah,
I'm not going to be buying that anytime soon.
yeah. I go spend $2,000 on a gun. My sweet wife will real quickly not be sweet anymore. Things could get really go south in a hurry. Oh well.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. 40 is a 10mm light for women.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, it'll clean your HK. I use the hell out of it on my HK 91.
Ooh, that is one I love to get my hands on.
HK 91.
Yeah.
Oh, I love mine. It was a bucket list gun of mine, and a few years ago, I was lucky. I was able to get my hands on one for a really good price. So I did, and I love that gun.
Yeah. So
It's fun.
is there anything on about your company that you would like to discuss that I have not or we haven't already talked about?
Not really. I mean, it's just that like I said, I'm passionate about our company, about our products. I do believe we have a superior product. And I think some of the reasons we do is the fact that it displaces water as well as it does. And on top of that, has great lubrication, has rust inhibitors in it. So it's not just for your wear parts. It's a full gun lubrication. You put it on all your metal parts, put it on there, let it soak in a little bit because it is at a nano level, and then wipe off the excess. And you're getting good performance from the lubrication, from the heavier than water being displaced and the moisture on it, and then you're protecting it from rust altogether at just a great level. So no, it's just that's another reason why I like having two products is don't have one product that does things okay, have two products that do what they do very well. And that's what we've done. So the guy that actually mixes our lube and creates it for us actually refers to it as the super lube. So, and I can't argue with him.
So if something like the Glock 25-cent trigger job, would you recommend them polishing it with your lube or to try getting that smoother, crisper break?
I've never tried it. Don't know what it is. So it's worth a try. Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't work. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't work at all. There's a lot of stuff that I was going to answer a question right here. Walter Davis says, "Do you want to get into gun shops to sell products?" Yes, absolutely, we do. On our website, we actually have a wholesale portal where people can go on and can sign up to be a wholesaler or to buy stuff at wholesale. They have to prove to us that they're a gun shop and all that. But right now, the reason, and I just put up a notice on our website that says, just to notice everybody understand that if you sign up as a wholesale account, there could be several week lead times now before we can get product to you. So as bad as I want wholesale accounts, I want to be in gun stores, I've kind of pulled back from pushing that real hard. I'm still doing it, but not as hard as I would like to, because I don't want to go out and tell somebody, well, you'll have it in 3 weeks. And then this supply chain stuff comes up. And then 6 weeks later, I still don't have them anything. I don't like doing business that way. It kind of bugs me, but we can make it happen. And yes, we absolutely want to be in more gun stores. That's one of the things we're pushing for, is to get wholesale accounts. So, and with that being said, if anybody knows anybody gun stores willing to try, reach out to us. I would love to talk to them, and see if there's something we can do. But by all means, like I said, it's right now our lead times for big quantities could be several weeks to a month or so. I'm just not sure right now. And I'm not going to lie to anybody and tell them we'll have it a certain time frame, because I don't know. I just don't.
Yep. Buck says that his LGS likes your products.
Of course they do.
And Calaveras says that he's going to try to talk with a couple of the companies that he goes into and see if he can get them in there.
Yeah, no, I'd appreciate that. But we do have, and I do, if they want to reach out to me, we have wholesale pricing. I have a price sheet for wholesale and stuff all ready to go. So, I mean, I just hope this supply chain stuff we can get something worked out soon. Because it's a good thing that we're running. What's that?
I figured maybe we'll have it going better around April.
Well, I hope we get something sooner than that, because like I said, it's a good thing that I'm running low on product, because that means we're selling stuff. But I don't want to get to the point where I can't sell anything because I can't get product made. So that's a double-edged sword. It's one end, it's good. The other, it kind of sucks. And I don't want to, it's us. I got this fine line of, do I use what I have to fulfill wholesale accounts and then I don't get to sell to the public? I don't know that I like that. You know, I want to keep being able to retail to the public too. So online. So I have to be careful just how I do that right now. So now we're working on it, but I'm sure one things will get better. We'll get it figured out. And
absolutely,
everybody on there said you would reach out to your gun shops. I absolutely appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate the hell out of it. You know, because that's how, until you get in the business and starting a product, especially a new one, how hard it is to get name recognition and brand recognition to get the word out there. It's tough. It's real tough. That's why we love being on these shows and getting to meet people and getting people to use our product and understand how good it is, and then helping us. It's just an awesome feeling to know that a lot of people are willing to help you because you have a good product, or both, or they like you as a person. That's cool.
Yeah. So I know we've been going at this for about an hour and a half. And I know Ghost is going to be doing a show here pretty soon. Probably within about an hour, so I don't want to step on his toes.
No.
Because he is a great guy. He's a great guy, and you know, I probably wouldn't be doing my live stream or any of my channel if it wasn't for him and Clover saying, you know, you should probably turn on a camera and do it yourself, you know?
Oh yeah. I think it's cool. Since I started getting into this YouTube and getting all these creators and meeting people, I didn't realize how many people out there have their little lives and their streams. It's pretty cool. For somebody in my part, the problem with me though is I can't watch every one of them every week like I'd like to. I just can't.
Well, yeah, I mean, try running a business, try being on podcast to promote your business, and then trying to watch 5,000 channels. There's no way.
Yeah. No, I usually, no matter what I'm doing, if I'm eating dinner, I'm working on something. A lot of times it's in the evening where somebody has a podcast, I have my tablet going where I'm listening to their podcast, at least trying to. You know. Buck, to answer your question, Buck, I don't know that we're going to make it to the April show. Probably the November one again for sure. We'll have to see how things go. That's a long haul for us out there.
Oh, yeah.
But we will be going back to Wanamaker. We enjoyed ourselves.
I've got to make it to Wanamaker one of these days. So if I make it, it's probably going to be in a fall show, because that's when we kind of start slowing down at work.
Well, everybody always says, I guess the fall show is usually bigger. So, but and the other thing out at Wanamaker that I was impressed, I was thoroughly impressed with that huge of a show and that many people in there, that many vendors, how well run it is. And they've been doing it for long enough. They've got it figured out. Their security, their everything. They just do a wonderful job of running that show. I was impressed. It was just flawless, at least from anything we dealt with.
So Walter Davis says he signed up for your newsletter.
Oh, okay. And when you sign up for our email thing, we don't do a lot of emails. I hate getting tons of emails. I'll send out an email or something, a newsletter once a month, once every 6 weeks, not very often because I don't want to clutter people's inbox with just useless junk.
Calvera says that I can swing through California and pick him up on the way out there.
Well, I drove out this year from Boise, and it was a 19-hour drive, 20-hour drive each way. So, but I drove out and I was able to stop and see some old friends along the way that I hadn't seen in many, many years. So it was well worth it.
I've made long drives before. I drove from Washington State to South Carolina and back. So that's quite a drive.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I see that G-Weds is talking about how the Tulsa show is well done. It is. It's I think just from being there and being on from a vendor perspective looking at it, I was just shocked that something that big and that massive, that many people, it's just so well run. There was no hiccups. At least anything we dealt with, there was no hiccups. I talked to them on the phone several times. They were good people. They nice. They answered every question. Everything was just. Then we got there. We were in, signed up quick. And the security was top notch. You felt secure and safe, and something that big. It was just a good deal.
Defense Dad says, "Am I running from the cops?" No, it's just quieter out here because I got a lot of people. So.
Now that sucks. Looks like Snob lost his grandmother over the weekend.
Oh, that's so sorry.
Yeah, they're good people. I got to meet out in Wanamaker. They're awesome people. Well, cool.
Yeah. So, if there's anything you want to plug before we get out of here, I'm gonna wrap it up to try keeping it somewhat short, and then I'm not stepping on his toes at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, I appreciate you having me on. Thank you for inviting me on. I mean, honored to come on and talk. And maybe a lot of people heard the same babble as I do every time. I try to switch it up a little bit, but I can talk. Like I said, I can talk about my company all the time. I'm passionate. I love our company. And we have a good product, and we're going places. I know we're going to be doing well. I just know we are. So, plug our products. Go on, take a look. It's aegisguncare.com. We have an Instagram channel that I wouldn't mind getting more followers. I maybe have a few hundred, 300 and something. I don't know, something like that. Wouldn't mind getting a bunch more followers there on Instagram. We have a Facebook that I'm not real active on. Have a YouTube that I'm not active on at all. I just got it, threw up a few videos there about our products. But mainly everything I do is on Instagram. But like I said, aegisguncare.com. We've got our products on there. Real quick, I'll just show you everything in our products. You can buy the bottles individually. You can buy a combo pack at a discount. You can buy what we call our basic gun cleaning kit. Products, a brush, a rag. We have the first one we did, our basic, or just a filled cleaning kit. And that's one got the American flag patch on it. And then all the way up to the one you have, yes, which is our deluxe field cleaning kit that is the Mac Daddy. It's got everything in there that you need to clean a gun. All the way up there. And that one comes with our patch, which again, our patches too, I'm about to run out of. I got like 6 left. So, and by all means, if somebody, and I will let you know if you order one, but if you order one of these and we're out of patches, I will send you a patch for it as soon as one comes in. Because I'm getting close to running out of those. Just waiting for a new order. But that's what we got. Not to mention, after that, we have swag, we have shirts, we have hats, we have coffee mugs, we have sweatshirts, hoodies, all that. So And it never hurts my feeling when I see somebody on a podcast or something wearing Aegis shirt or a hat. So, no, that's about it. I mean, I appreciate all the support. Very much appreciate every time somebody does business with us. Whether you spend $8 with us or 800, my wife and I appreciate the hell out of it, and we thank you for believing in us and helping our company.
The one thing I like about this bag that I can tell you is it will make it easy to attach to your gun bag. You know.
Oh yeah, because it's all got Molly on it. It's all ready to go.
Yeah. And if you wanted to, you can put other stuff out here on the front. You know, because you got all the Molly.
Yeah. Plus, if for some reason, and why you would think this, I don't know, but if for some reason you don't like our patch, put your own patch on there. But why you wouldn't like the most badass patch in the gun industry, most badass logo in the gun industry, I don't know. So, but each to his own.
Yep.
But no, we just appreciate everything. And the support we've gotten over the last several months since we started has been incredible. And I can't thank people enough. And we are going to keep firing along. We got some new products that we're looking at coming on board with. But like I said, I just got to see how things go. I need that logo. And trust me, the talk of me getting a tattoo of my logo has already been there, and I'm probably going to do it.
I think Calaveras should ink it up. He should go and get a tattoo of Aegis to show how much he really loves the product.
Yeah, I'll probably get a tattoo of it pretty soon because I love that logo. So, but that's about it. Like I said, aegisguncare.com. That's where that's where the wonderful stuff is. And so, but I mean, and by all means, again, I'll tell you, if anybody's got any questions, you have anything you want to say, you want to ask, aegisguncare@gmail.com. Shoot me an email. I will definitely love to hear what you have to say, and we'll answer you.
Or go to Aegis Gun Care on Instagram and direct message him. He'll respond quick.
Yes, I do. I try to
personal.
No, I very much like to try to respond to people, because the way I look at it, if somebody takes time out of their schedule to ask me a question, they probably really want to know. So the least I can do is to give them an answer. So I definitely will.
Yeah. So, you have an open invite anytime you want to come back and talk about new products. You know,
Calaveras. The logo is copyrighted. I do own the logo, so.
So if you put it on your body,
I might only make you pay me like $1,000 as a fun. No, if somebody actually tattooed my logo on their body, I'd probably give you a free product because I think it'd be so cool. And since I see Shooting Gallery, I know we're going to end here, but as soon as I see that Joe just popped up from Shooting Gallery New England, he was talking about getting JSD supply tattoos, which would be cool as hell because Jordan Venro at JSD is a pretty cool dude. But if you wanted to put a tattoo, Joe, if you put the Aegis logo on your body, especially as a tramp stamp, I think would be pretty cool.
You know, if he did that, you might want to think about launching Joe Juice as a because that
Gorillas
would say
and guns
right there.
Hey, Gorillas and Guns. Shoes. Are you there?
Yep.
Okay.
I hear you now.
I think
I lost
we're going to have
quick
to.
Second.
Yeah, I'm starting to lose battery too. My phone's about to die, but because we've been on for a while and I didn't get it fully charged. But no.
Yeah.
Thanks for thanks for having us on here. I love it. I appreciate it. It's been great talking to you. It's always good to see the faces and talk to people that I see and chat with once in a while online. So it's good to meet people.
And so whoever was here during this live stream, I will be doing a live stream on Christmas Day on Saturday. So I will be doing a giveaway of the Aegis product. So come hang out there and enter for a chance to get some product for free.
Hey, what's up, Clover? Thanks for jumping on, Clover. Hey, also, as far as lives go, Shooting Gal in New England, I believe will, and I also will be on Thursday night, be on Swamp Dog Armory's Swamp Talk, his live feed. I think we'll both be on that one. So stop by and see what Swamp Dog has to say. Yes,
Swamp Dog is a good guy. And the goddamn bacon, I do mine at 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern metric time. And that would be what, 5 o'clock for the flyover states. So I will see you guys then. And thank you again, Rod, for hanging out with us for about a couple hours.
Well, I appreciate it. I've enjoyed the hell out of it. As you can see, I could sit and talk for hours. I enjoy talking, especially about stuff that I like. I love the gun community. I love our products. So it's just fun.
And yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Gizzard, I would love to
be doing it Christmas Eve.
I wanted to be on your show last time when you invited me, Gizzard, but we had plans that I was out having dinner, so I couldn't do it. But I would love to. Send me an invite. So, well, cool, man. We probably get off here. My phone's about to die.
Yep. Thank you all. Good night.